All right, welcome everybody to Learn It Live. We have an awesome topic today and an even more awesome presenter. I'm so pleased to have Kimberly Davidson here. She's the Economic Development Director for the City of Wildomar. Little quick facts about Kimberly. So she's responsible for the business attraction, the business retention, and the business growth in Wildomar. Prior to that, Kimberly was the Economic Development Manager for the City of Corona from 2016 to 2019, and the Business Development Manager for the City of Murrieta, from 2008 to 2016. And today she'll be talking about working on your business and the key opportunities for growth. So welcome, Kimberly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. So today, yes, we're going to be talking about working on your business, key opportunities for growth. And let's see, I think Heather is yep, there we go. So we'll go on to the next slide to get started. First, just a little bit of general information, and I wasn't quite sure how today was going to go, but and of course, I don't really know who's watching out there or who will watch in the future, and I'm guessing a lot of different industries will be touched, a lot of different types of businesses and business owners will eventually watch this at some point. So being mindful of that and putting this presentation together, some of it, of course, is a little bit more general in nature. It's hard to speak specifically to people that you're not speaking to. But I hope that it spurs thoughts. I love questions. I don't know. I think that there's going to be a way for you to ask them here. I see a chat box. I'm not really sure how that's going to go, but I love questions. If we were doing this in person, I would totally encourage you to ask questions while I'm talking. There's nothing that I don't like more than just talking at people, and I really like it to be more interactive, but I know we have some limitations during the time of COVID. So, but I do have my contact information at the end of this presentation. If you have any questions that don't get answered here during this presentation, please reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to answer those questions for you, especially if you have specific questions about your industry. So as Heather said, who am I? I put this into the presentation before I knew Heather was going to do that awesome intro. But yeah, what gives me credibility to speak to you about this today? So as you can see, since about 2006, I have been working with small businesses in this valley for quite a long time, and I have seen some pretty consistent things that business owners tend to do, and a lot of those things are what we're going to be talking about today, and how to work more on your business instead of just in. So back in 06, 08, I actually had my own marketing company here in Murrieta and joined the Murrieta Chamber back in 06 when it was still just the Murrieta Chamber. Wildomar had not joined in yet. But so I've also been on the other side of being a small business. I haven't always worked for government my entire life. I was a small business owner for a period of time there, and it was actually from the beginning of 06 till the end of 08. So it was almost closer to 3 years, although it looks like 2 on this slide. So next. So again, we're going to be talking about there's 2 differences as a business owner or as somebody involved in the daily operations of a business. A lot of people tend to focus their attention on working in their business. And especially prior to the COVID shutdown, this was something that a lot of people were probably challenged with. You were probably spending a lot of time working in your business because you didn't have the time to step back and work on your business. A lot of business owners don't have that kind of luxury, and it is a luxury to be able to work on your business. So, and the challenge though is that when you're always working in your business, you don't have the chance to work on your business, and there's a possibility that you're missing opportunities that are out there. And sometimes those opportunities can be very simple, easy opportunities that get missed every day. And the good news is one of the things that COVID has done for us is it's kind of stopped time this year, right? So this year, you do have the time to clean up, brush up, and catch up. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Some opportunities for your growth during this COVID time, giving you the opportunity to step back and work more on your business than in. So again, to grow your business, you need to work on it. A lot of my business owners that I have helped over the years, and this will span from Murrieta to Corona to Wildomar and back again, all the way up and down the 15 corridor. A lot of my business owners get so busy they can't ask for help. They miss easy opportunities. And sometimes these opportunities can look like award nominations. I've had businesses where we have nominated businesses for important awards in this valley, and they don't have time to finish. They don't have time to submit their nomination packets. We have had some campaigns throughout the years where we want to promote a particular business and the business owner is too busy to fill out the questionnaire, which I know from my perspective, and I know the chamber has worked on this as well. We try to make the questionnaires as simple as possible because we know the business owners are very taxed for time. But again, if you are so busy working in your business that you don't have time to work on your business, what opportunities are you missing? What nomination forms are you not able to fill out? What easy marketing campaigns are you not able to fill out? But the good news is, first and foremost, you're here today, so you get 3 claps from Kimberly. So thank you for being here today. And obviously, those of you who are here listening to this presentation and the ones who will follow to watch it after the fact, you are taking the time to work on your business instead of just in it. So congratulations for that. And I just would like to recognize you for that. So this is one of my favorite, I started a book club, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but I started a book club during my time with the city of Wildomar. And one of the books that we read was 3 Feet from Gold, and that's by Greg Reed. And one of the concepts in there was something that really struck a chord with me. And so this isn't, I have to give due credit because this truly comes from that book, but it was one of those aha moments when I was reading the book. And I said, that is what my business owners are doing sometimes. So the challenge is, as a business owner, and when you're looking at your business plan or your marketing plan, you want to stay focused, but not too focused. And you want to be planned, but not over planned. Okay, what does that mean, Kimberly? Well, what that means is, let's say your business plan, we're going to simplify your business plan and liken it to walking down the street. So let's say your entire goal for the year is to get out of your house and walk down the street. Okay, obviously this is an overly simplified business plan, but hang with me here. So there you are, walking down the street, enjoying your walk, got your headphones on, which I know my business owners wouldn't be just listening to music, but that's to signify how focused you are. You are at the task at hand, which is walking down the street. You're focused only on that task. Maybe figuratively, your eyes are closed. Maybe you're looking down. Maybe you're not looking around. And what you don't notice is there's a bike in your pathway, or you don't notice the scooter in your pathway. And certainly you don't notice that one of your friends, or in this case, my boyfriend, Chris Miller, has stopped to pick you up in his car. Now, all of these things, if you're focused and just trying to get down the street, all of these things could present themselves as obstacles, as hurdles, as something in your path to get and to prohibit you from getting down the street. But in reality, they are opportunities that might not only get you down the street faster, but might also even get you past the street into the next neighborhood and into the next block. So what are you missing with your business when your head is down and you're so focused on the task at hand, or the business plan at hand, or just the opportunities that you've set, the goals that you have set for yourself? It's great to be focused on those things, but don't be so focused and thinking that other things are hurdles or are challenges or just obstacles that are put in your place, when in fact they might be opportunities, like taking the time to fill out that nomination form for an award. What could that do for your business if you won that award and got that kind of recognition? So just make sure that you look up from your business, and don't be so focused that you miss some of these opportunities and see them as obstacles. So since we have the time right now, COVID has kind of slowed down the year 2020 for us, for better or for worse. What are some things that you can do to work on your business instead of just in? Hopefully, most of you have a business plan, but when's the last time you actually looked at it or updated it? And if you don't have a business plan, certainly this would be the time to create one. Go back and create one. Do they make a difference? Yes, they make a difference. It's taken me a long time to admit that. From the start, I did not have a business plan with my marketing company. I fully understand the importance of them now. It would be similar to having a roadmap, say, to get to San Francisco from the Murrieta area. Could you do it on your own? And I don't mean click Waze on or Google Maps and find it that way. But, back in the old days when we actually needed a roadmap, could you get to San Francisco from here on your own? Yeah, you probably could, but you might make a lot of extra stops. You might spend more gas. You might take some side road trips along the way, thinking that they are shortcuts when really it's adding time to your travel. And all in all, you may ultimately get to San Francisco from Murrieta without a map, but how much time might you have wasted, or how much extra money will you have spent in doing that? That's what a business plan is. Business plan really hones you in on your goals and where it's your roadmap, right? It's the roadmap for your business. But now that being said, like any good map, it needs to be taken out and it needs to be addressed every once in a while. If you haven't done that in a while, if there's dust on that business plan, it might be time to take it out and update it. Now is a great time to dream up some new ideas for your business. Think of ways you can pivot. Think of ways that you can reposition your business so that if a pandemic shutdown happens again in the future, you will be more prepared for it with your business format the next time. Do you have a marketing plan? And if not, here's a great time to write down your marketing plan. And again, it just gives you a great roadmap. Can you do your marketing without a plan? Absolutely. But if you have a marketing plan and you make it easy to follow and easy for you to actually follow through with what's in that plan, you will have a much better success of reaching those goals for your marketing. So if you haven't done a marketing plan, now might be a great time to sit down and write that marketing plan and really think through some of those things that you want to do with your marketing and what you want to achieve with your marketing that maybe you just haven't had the time to sit down and do that before. We have some incredible business resources, including the SBA, the SBDC, SCORE, and of course, the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is membership-based, of course. Hopefully, you are all members of the Chamber. And if you need to know more about that, I'm happy to talk to you offline about why I believe in the Chamber of Commerce. But SBA, SBDC, and SCORE offer no-cost business mentoring from business counselors. And, you can go and visit them as many times as you want. Have them look over your marketing plan and your business plan. Make sure you're taking advantage of the workshops with the Chamber of Commerce and some of the mentors and opportunities that they have there. And we're going to get into a little bit of that later. But we have a lot of no cost or low cost business resources here. And now would be the time to book some. They have to be virtual appointments, but now would be the time to really brush up and get your questions answered. Dive into a new situation with your business and investigate that with some business mentorship that right now you might have the time to do that, and you might have the time to look into that right now. Also, there is help from your city government. Just like me, there are people just like me at the city of Murrieta, at the city of Temecula, Lake Elsinore, Menifee, just about every city, at least in our region, every city in our region, and most cities have me at City Hall that can at least address your questions and get you to the right person that can answer them. So certainly look into your city government, and depending on what you're trying to do, if you want to open a brick and mortar, there are certain things the city government is going to weigh in on more than other questions. Other questions, they may just refer you to the people that can answer it, like the SBA or the Chamber of Commerce. commerce. But then there's some things that the city government can help you specifically with. So certainly check in with your city government and make sure that you know who that person is. If it's Marietta, it would be Scott Agajanian. If it's Wildomar, it's Kimberly Davidson. But just know who they are and get to know them, because we really want to get to know you. And the only stupid business question is the one that was never asked. So please understand that we are here to help you, and we do want to see you succeed. And so even if it's just questions like, am I allowed to be open? What are the guidance, formats, the guidelines for me to be allowed to be open right now during COVID? We know all of that stuff, and we make sure we know all of that stuff. So please know who we are and utilize us for any and all of your business questions as well. So again, with working on your business, if you find you have a little bit of time during the day, we should talk about relationship building. So how many times over the past few years have you said, oh, I need to get in and clean up that database, but I just don't have the time? So you have the time now. COVID has kind of given us some of that time to go in and do some of these things that maybe historically we haven't had time for. It's getting to that wish list stuff. It's cleaning up, cleaning the house, so to speak, with your business, and make sure that you're getting things in order so that, if you're open right now and you're busy, then again, some of this may not pertain to you. But if you're kind of twiddling your thumbs, waiting until we open again, and wishing that you had more business coming in, here's some opportunities to really get yourself ready to go so that you can hit the ground running when we do open back up. So clean up that database. Look at your database. Maybe you have multiple databases. Maybe you need to combine some, or maybe you need to take your overall database and make it into different buckets so that you have different target audiences that would be specific to your industry or to your company. Clean it up and start making a database that's really going to work for you. I know that's probably something we all need to do. I don't know that I've really ever met a business owner that says, no, my database is great. It's always something that we need to get to, that we need to do. We kind of put it off because it's kind of fun to put it off because no one really wants to sit down and do it. But now would be the time to do that. Also, when was the last time you marketed to your current clients? Have you in the past 5 months or so emailed or called any of your current clients to ask how they're doing? This would be a great time. Your current clients, prospective clients, just that list of prospects, list of cherished partners that you have with your company. Reach out to them, see how they're doing in the time of COVID, see if there's anything you can help them with. What a great opportunity to reconnect with some people that maybe you haven't connected with in a while. So start looking through your current client list and your prospect list. That's one of the things that I see businesses don't do enough of is remarketing to their current clients. A lot of clients don't really know everything that you have to offer within your business. They might know the specific service or product that they went to you for initially, and they don't know that you offer these other services or products. So make sure that you're cross-selling and that your client base knows that. Just check in with them, see if there's anything that you can do to help. Make sure that everything's going well with them, and it will not only make your day feel better to reconnect with some of those people again, but your clients and your prospects will be so happy that you did. It's always, right now more than ever, it's so good to hear from people. And if you're like me, you have a bucket of cards, business cards that, oh, someday I'll get to them. I will input them into my database. Now's the time. In fact, I'm guilty of this one. I have several Tupperwares full of business cards back at City Hall, and I need to go get them. Now would be the time for me to be sorting all of those. But we have been working the whole time, so I haven't been able to get to all of my wish list items, and that's a good thing. I'm going to knock on the bar stool that I'm sitting on. But so I haven't gotten to do some of these wish list items that so desperately need to be done. So if you have a bucket of cards, see, there I am sitting at my desk with all of my business cards and my cup of coffee there from Bean Coffee in Wildomar. Get to that bucket of cards and sort them out and clean up that database. And again, with working on your business, and I did make some notes here for myself, try to keep me on topic here. working on your business for your online presence. Your website. Is your website updated? Has it been updated recently? Is it relevant? Do you need to go in and look at some things on your website and make sure that everything is clear? One of the things that frustrates me more than anything on this planet is when I cannot find your contact information on your website. How easy is your contact information to find? My opinion is that if your clients can't contact you easily, they're probably not. And they might be moving on to a competitor or to someone else that is easy to get a hold of. So think about that. If you have a field on your, like if your contact information is buried on a contact us page, sometimes that gets buried. I think it was kind of a trend to do that back when we first started designing websites. It's really not the trend anymore. My opinion would be that everything in this world now is a commodity. I can find anything online within minutes. Whatever you sell or whatever your service is, I can find other people who can do it for cheaper, faster, better online within minutes. So if I can't get a hold of you when I'm trying to get a hold of you to purchase from you, I'm probably off your website pretty quickly, or your Facebook page, whatever point of contact that you have in the World Wide Web aspect. So make sure that your website is updated. Make sure your contact information is very easy to find. You know, even if it's just an email that's like info@ and you have that go to a specific place, or a phone number that goes to a specific place. But really, I've asked this question lots of times. I would like someone to explain to me an industry that doesn't want or need to be contacted. And I would like to know that, because then I can use that as the exception during this soapbox that I always go on about this. Otherwise, my thinking is, if you're in business, you want to be contacted and you want to be easy to be contacted, because otherwise you're not making a sale at that point. So just think about that with your website. Also, your point of sale. Now would be the time to investigate other opportunities. The other thing, besides making your contact information very easy to find, please, please, please accept as many types of currency as you can. So if you have Square, Venmo, Zelle, please make it easy, easy, easy for people to pay you. You want them to contact you and you want them to pay you. That is the whole name of the game. So think about different points of sale. I understand that there are some costs to doing that, but that's the cost of doing business. And certainly losing a $200 sale is way more expensive than losing out on the 5 or 7% on that $200 sale because of the Square or whatever credit card that you're taking. So just think about those things too. Update your point of sale opportunities so that when we get back in action here and we're able to have the mega mixers, I can go around and buy all of your products with my credit card. So, but really just make it easy as possible for people to find you and pay you. That's really the two main goals of any business 101. Headshots. Do you need new photos? And by the way, the chamber has lots of people in their database that can help you with just about everything that I've talked about here, including photographs for headshots, your product photos, making sure your company looks good on its online presence. If you need someone, a photographer, to help you out with that, the chamber can connect you to someone right away. And those people live in our community. They are struggling for work too. So make sure that you're using someone local if you are able to. But just make sure that all of your photos are updated. You know, again, now's the time to look at all that stuff. Take a minute, take a step back and look at all of that stuff on your online presence. Maybe create a new brochure and make sure it's all updated and ready to go. Your social media, have you done a good job of connecting on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn? Does your company look professional on those formats? Is your personal page updated? Does your personal page say what you do for a living? I go sometimes to a personal page, I'm thinking someone's a business owner, and it doesn't say on their business page that they're, or on their personal page, excuse me, that they're connected. Just think about the ways that you want to connect it and the many ways that people might connect to you nowadays, and make sure all of those things are as connected as you want them to be. I do understand some people want to keep their personal page personal and their business page business, but just think about whether or not you want those things to be connected and how people connect with you and what makes the most sense for your business. Next slide. And then last but not least, of course, working on your business. If you are the business owner or you are the person in charge of the operations of the business, personal growth and self-care does not get enough attention. Now is the time to come up with a new routine, maybe adding exercise in, maybe adding the Calm app, maybe adding in just some things that you can do now and get into a habit of doing those things so that when we are back up and running again full force, that you have incorporated those new routine items into your current routine. So exercise, eating well. You can't help other people if you're not feeling well. So really think about those things right now while you have the, possibly have the time to think about these things, and how you can make sure that you're providing self-care so that you are the optimum person that you can be, so that you can expand that out and help others. Maybe learn a new service or a new skill. Now would be the time to investigate that. You've been looking at, someday I want my business to branch out into this, or someday I want to offer this product. Now's the time. Find that manufacturer, start making connections, find that product that you want to add onto your production line. Learn that new skill that's going to help your clients in the future. At some point when we're all back up and running again, we're going to all look back. I'm going to be just as guilty as the rest of us. We're all going to look back on this time and go, ooh, I shoulda. And this is just my reminder to you to don't look back and say that. Start now, learn a new service or skill, and really be ready to hit the ground running when we can do so. We have workshops. Tomorrow morning is the Small Business Roundtable from 8 to 9 via Zoom. And really, how easy is it to attend a Zoom workshop? So please consider doing that, getting some information for how to run your business better and to connect with other people. I just can't stress that enough. I can certainly understand, especially having been a small business owner myself, it is not always easy to get up, get dressed, and get out of your home office or to get out of your office because there's so many other things that need your attention. But right now, really, if you are experiencing a lull because of COVID, now's the time to attend these things, make connections that will help your business, and get the information that you need to really grow your business into the future. And again, with that, the Invisible Coach Book Club meets tomorrow afternoon at 3:00. You don't have to have read the book to join us on this Zoom call. And what you're going to get is basically the summary of a business book that we read a different book pretty much every month. And what a great opportunity to I don't make you talk if you want to just tune in to get the information. What a great opportunity to just absorb some of that business knowledge without even having to read the book. It's taken me a month to read the book that I'm going to be summarizing for you, and you can get the better part of the summary in about an hour and a half. So consider doing these things for your business and for your personal growth. And of course, the Marietta Wildomar Chamber has more opportunities for you to connect with others and for you to connect to needed information to grow your business, just like this workshop, for example. Next. And with that pretty much concludes my talking part of the presentation. I don't know, there's my contact information. Write it down, commit it to your phone. I am telling you, you can always text me with a question. I will get back to you. You can email me, you can call me. I'm also, as you can see, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm actually not really on Instagram. what I need to do. If I have a moment during this COVID lockdown, I need to get on Instagram and really figure that out. But Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, there's like a million ways to get in touch with me. So if you have any kind of business questions at all, please, please, please contact me. I don't care if you're not a Wildomar business. You don't have to be anything. You just have to be a person with a business question. I will help you. And with that, Heather, I will turn it back over to us.
Yes.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
And I don't, do we have questions, or do we take questions now, or what do we do?
Yes, we definitely want questions. I don't have any just yet from the audience, but I guess I had a question because, I've seen Mike at our offices bucket O cards, especially after a mega mixer. And it's like, honestly, I'm going to say it's a leaning tower of cards, to be honest.
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
Yes. What do you think is kind of like the best way of getting organized with that? You have so many. What's best practices there?
Right. And that's a great question, and something that I've struggled with for about 14 years now, because that's exactly, same as Mike, you go to one event, you come back with like 30 or 40 cards, and you're like, so here's what I do. And you can kind of take this, either duplicate it exactly or mold it into what would work best for you. I don't have the time, and I don't have the need to input every single one of those business cards into my Outlook. For one thing, I might not remember, because literally if you say to me, Kimberly, I need someone who does this, and I'll think, oh, I met that person at this mixer and it was a blue card, or their first name was Bob, or whatever, right? So I might remember. So if I put that into Outlook, chances of me finding that again are not good, right? So I usually don't put anybody into Outlook unless I'm sure that I'm going to need to contact them again, or they're going to become my new best friend. Then I put them into Outlook. Everybody else literally gets sorted into a series of Tupperwares. I go and buy those, you know how you can buy like a pack of Tupperwares that come like 6 to a pack, and they're about like this. I label them with pertinent, so tech, maybe education, real estate, so I label them with what my kind of buckets would be. And then I put them, and what I might also do too is, let's say if I went, so I might have a bucket that says retail, for example. And let's say I go to ICSC, which is the largest retail trade show of the year, and I come back. So what I might do in that case then, because I wouldn't want them all to get lost, I bind those business cards. Of course, I go through them first, and if anyone's going to be my new best friend, they go into my Outlook. But then I would bind those cards together as a group and put them into the retail bucket. And I put a sticky on the outside that would say ICSC, 2020, for example, which didn't happen, but, and I put that into my retail bucket. So then if, 2-3 years from now, and it works pretty well, actually, 2-3 years from now, you say, I need someone who does whatever. And I go, oh, I met that person. It was at an ICSC conference, right? So I already know to go into my retail bucket. It hones me in a little bit more. Then I find if I end up taking that business card out, it could be 3-4 years down the line. If that person is going to be my new best friend, then they go into Outlook. So they can always go into your Outlook at any given time, but they don't go into Outlook really until they're going to be my new best friend. So I'm going to actually have a personal relationship with them. And need to contact them more often. Otherwise, they are a business card. I know how to find them in your system. My system. Thank you.
Yes. No, I love that, because there are some memorable cards where you're like, oh, I remember this person and their card. I know exactly what their card looks like, but I just can't remember. So that's a really good way.
It's key to divide them up into obvious categories, and it's not always going to be perfect, because some people span different categories. So in that case, sometimes I might go, if it's going to be really important, I go make a photocopy of the card and then cut it out, and I'll put it in both categories. So I'm double covered, right? So, but yeah, right now I am guilty of that for sure. I've got a stack of business cards sitting at City Hall with a bunch of empty Tupperwares sitting next to it. I need to do that. But we've been kind of rocking and rolling, thankfully, through all of this. So I haven't had the time to get to that, but it is a great system when you do have the time to sort it out and do that.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really great suggestion of how to kind of weed through that overwhelming stack for sure.
Yes.
I think people are so shy to ask questions, or maybe they have specific questions on their business that they're going to contact you with. I do have a couple of comments from April. She says, thanks for giving us valuable information. She's excited to listen in. We have another one of our ambassadors. She's a Wildomar business, Sona Calendar with United Staffing. So hopefully they were able to kind of get some good takeaways. Let's see.
I'm always happy to sit down with a business. If any businesses out there are listening, and I know April and Sona could attest to this. I'm always happy to sit down with you, and even if it's on Zoom right now, and go over if you have any kind of questions, or you have a question like that. How do you maintain your database? What are some ideas? Very happy to sit down with anybody just one-on-one and talk about your situation more personally.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I love about you, is because you're willing to take that extra step to kind of sit down with a person, and with your experience in marketing and city and everything like that, sometimes it's really important for people to get like a fresh pair of eyes on something.
Sure.
Like you said, you're working in your business so hard and you're not looking up that, when you do look up, you're like, whoa, what am I looking at? So having somebody there to be your business Sherpa.
That's a good name.
Yeah, there we go.
I think that just gave me an idea for a graphic that I'm probably going to have to create. But yeah, you're right. And like I said earlier in this presentation, the only stupid business question was the one that was never asked. And and I know a lot of my colleagues in the other cities feel the same way, that we get very, very frustrated when we find out that one of our business owners or one of our friends, sometimes one and the same, are struggling with something. And we'll ask them, why don't you just tell me? And they'll say, well, I didn't want to bother you with this. And I'm like, I'm bothered because you didn't ask me. It doesn't bother me if, you contact me, ask me a business question. I'm actually going to start, I think I'm going to do this. So I've always said to people to hit me with your best business question. Try to stump me. It's like, try to stump Kimberly Davidson. And here's the thing, guys, I don't know everything. I just know who to connect you to, right? So you're not really you'd be stumping me not on the question, but who to connect you to, or how to even tackle the problem to know who to connect you to. And someone finally did. And I'm not going to say who it is right now, but I think I might start an award program at the city of Wildomar. So I think at the end of the year, this particular business owner, unless someone comes up with a better question, so there's your challenge. If you come up with a great business question and you stump me, I'm going to have an award for that every year, because I really want to encourage people to bring us every business question they can think of, because the more information we can get out there and the more people we can connect to the resources that can help them, the better off we all are. So I'm challenging you, bring your best business questions to me. And although I might not know the answer to the exact question, I will know who to connect you with, who can get you the answer. So try it out. There's your challenge.
I love that because, that's something we talk about in Chamber 101 with our chamber members. Like, if you're struggling, don't be embarrassed. Don't think that you're a burden. Don't think, that's what we're here for.
We're here for.
We're here for you,
Yep.
We want everybody to succeed. And
what I find is that absolutely, and that's what tomorrow's Small Business Roundtable is going to be about. Absolutely, if you're struggling with a business question, chances are so is everybody else in the room.
Yes.
And you find that when someone finally asks that question, a bunch of heads nod up and down. Oh, yeah, I was going to ask that too, So, very often when you're in a scenario like this, or tomorrow's Small Business Roundtable, or any other kind of situation like that, the question that you have in your mind is probably the exact same question that lots of other people have too. And I've seen that time and time again. Everybody that's why we created the Small Business Roundtable. The format was business owners helping business owners, so that we don't all keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. We can kind of stop it, one person learns from it and then lets the rest of the group know, so that we don't have to keep doing that over and over. That's the whole idea of this. We don't want you to be struggling on your own. We do want to help you. And I just don't know how many times I've said that over the past 14 or so years. And I think people don't believe us that we really do want to help them. So I hope now people watching this will have a better understanding of that we do. We really do want to help you.
Yeah, we're here for you, and you're not expected to know every single facet about business. So never feel like you can't ask, because like you said, I love that. The only stupid business question is the one you never ask. Oh my gosh. Like that needs to be a banner on something.
Giving me all these ideas for design ideas. Yeah, you guys can put that across across the Innovation Center window.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Well, I'm sure people will probably reach out to you with maybe they have some more personal questions about their businesses.
Okay.
So I don't have any questions here. Just some comments from Mayor Pro Tem Moore. She says, thank you.
Hi, Bridget.
Yay.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
We have the CRPS Warrior Foundation that thanks us for the information. Thank you. And then again, Sona, Sona, doubling down. You are one of the most valuable resources that Wildomar has, and we appreciate our partnership with you guys and working with you.
Absolutely, us too. And thank you, you guys. It's tough out there right now. I know. Just keep your head up and try to work on some of the things that are going to make you even better when all of this ends. It will end. I don't know when it's going to end. I wish I did. I get that question. That's one of the ones I can't really answer. We don't know when this is going to end. We kind of, from the city perspective, we pretty much find out when you guys find out, when we're watching the press conferences on the news. So I wish we had different information, but we often don't in that respect, not in regards to this pandemic. So it will end. We are in this together. We do want to help you. So really, any kind of questions you have, please bring it on. Yes. And good luck.
Yes. Thank you once again, Kimberly. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk to our chamber members and our business community, and really encouraging and giving some words that people really need to hear about their businesses in such an odd time. So once again, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.